Section 7.1, a Sabbath Millennium. The feasts were not the only appointed times from Leviticus 23. The Sabbath was also ordained by Yahweh as a sign of things to come. It was created to commemorate the seventh day of creation. God created the world in 6 days, and on the seventh day, God rested. Since the creation of the world, the Bible accounts for only about 6,000 years of history. Right now, we are nearing the end of the 6th biblical millennium, and we are approaching the 7th biblical millennium. At the end of the book of Revelation, Jesus reigns on the earth for 1,000 years. When I realized this, I wondered if the 7th day of creation was a reflection of this 7th millennium. In Colossians 2 it says, "Therefore let no one judge you in food or in drink, or in respect of a feast, or of the new moon, or of the Sabbaths, for these are a shadow of things to come." I now appreciate that I am by no means the first to ask that question, or to believe that the Sabbath is indeed an image for the final 1,000 years on earth. However, at the time it was all new to me. In order to verify the theory, I decided to check and see if the other 6 days of creation each reflected the events of a millennium. I found that they do. Each day of the creation story has a corresponding millennium of biblical history, which I will call a millennial day, with each millennial day equal to 1,000 years. We will go through each millennial day slowly and biblically. If you have a Bible handy, read through Genesis chapter 1 now while pondering this question. Why did God create the world that way? He could have made it all in 1 day or even 1 second, but he didn't. God created the world and had it recorded for us in a very specific order that does not seem logical. There was light and plants before there was a sun, waters before there was any solid land, and God did not create the simple animals first and then the more complex. Rather, he divided the creation of creatures based on their domain. The creatures of the air and sea are created first. When God was finished creating, he said everything was very good. There was no death yet and no sin. The next day, God rested. God rested from work. Why did God rest? Was he tired from the creation of the world? No, of course not. God is not limited in power. I think the answer lies in Genesis 2. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. God wasn't tired. He just ceased working. He rested from all his work which he had made. God did this for our benefit, not his. In Isaiah, Yahweh says, "Remember the former things from forever, for I am God, and no other is God, even none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from the past things which were not done, saying, My purpose shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure." It seems that he was showing us the end of history from the beginning of creation. Yahweh commands the Hebrew people to commemorate the seventh day of creation with a Sabbath. It is one of his appointed times. The week ends with the Sabbath day, a day of rest. The Sabbath day, Saturday, is not a day of worship as many believe, but a day of resting from work. Christians have been taught that Sunday is the Sabbath, but this is not technically true. Sunday is the first day of the week, which commemorates the resurrection. This is a wonderful day to worship God, but not necessarily a day of rest. The first 6 days of creation were accomplished in a specific order and recorded for us, so that we could see that God had a plan from the very beginning. Yahweh was declaring the end from the beginning.